and seeing the multitudes, he went up into a mountain. And when he was set, he opened his mouth and taught them, saying.
He really kind of turns our concept of kingdom upside down.
God's just very radically, quickly turning everything on its head.
You wonder why Jesus could gain any kind of following.
Those things are not things that we would maybe celebrate in normal life.
But talk about what it means to be blessed in a way that completely contradicts the way the world sees blessing.
These are the heart's postures taking on the reality of what it means to be King's kids.
All of the Beatitudes are paradoxical statements.
And we see that all through the Bible, right? If you believe this, then this is going to happen. And you're like, no, that is not normal.
This is the character you're supposed to have. Now, this is the resulting conduct.
Character that's supposed to mark our lives.
The identity that we're called to live out.
We will never, ever, ever understand the Beatitudes if we don't focus on the figure that they point to. Otherwise, it's just dead, dry doctrine.
This morning I was reading John Stott that he surveyed his church in England and discovered that most of the people's conversion experience was tied to a point of desperation in their lives.
Poor in spirit is a bankruptcy in spirit.
There's nothing that I have that I can offer Jesus.
I think it maybe goes back to what Jesus said, if you want to find your life, you got to lose it.
It's the exact opposite of the American dream.
And so when you lose everything, you're really gaining.
There are times when I've just felt like I have no clue what I'm doing.
I don't know. I feel poor in spirit a lot.
The reality is that we spend a lot of our life actually feeling poor in spirit in so many ways.
When your spirit isn't already filled up, and that tank is low, it gives God space to fill us up.
You're in a great place when you are incapable because I am capable. We get a chance to be human, but it allows him to be God.
Jesus doesn't leave us in our spiritual bankruptcy.
And so when Jesus starts with the worst picture of humanity, I think it's because he knows where he's going to take us.
I think a lot of what I do is I mourn with people.
Literally, a pastor walks out of a room where someone just breathed their last, up a floor to another room where one just breathed their first.
To sit in that space with people, it's a necessary task for us.
Mourning has this beautiful place in our life because it helps us redirect. God gets a hold of us in times of sorrow.
And it instructs us on what our heart should be toward our sin.
I know that I grieve God, and I feel grieved about that.
Poor in spirit and the mourning go hand in hand.
As a believer, God fills in the void.
My head would explode if I didn't weep. Jesus wept.
Jesus, knowing that he's about to heal Lazarus.
When he goes there, he does weep.
Not because Lazarus died, he knew he was going to raise him.
When he saw the pain that sin ultimately was causing in the lives of people.
Identifying with pain, mourning with Mary and Martha.
He says, I am the resurrection and the life.
We weep, but not as those who don't have any hope.